Hi everyone, this is another pick a card reading. So today's question is, what is my soulmate like? So please pick the pile. We have 3 piles, and pick the pile that resonates most with you. You can also pick more than one pile if one or more piles resonates with you. And we're gonna get started. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe if you like this content. So these are the cards for pile 1. We have the Four of Cups, the Two of Wands in reverse, the Seven of Wands in reverse, the Eight of Swords upright, the Magician, and then for your Romance Angel Oracle cards, it's Chemistry. Let's see. Chemistry. We also have Make the Effort, Past Life Relationship, and Very Soon. So what I'm seeing right away is like either you already know your soulmate with this past life relationship card, and or if that doesn't resonate with you, maybe like when you meet them, it's like it feels very familiar and you instantly get along and you instantly have that like chemistry, but like I feel like there's, whether it's an ex or not, you guys have a lot of like very strong chemistry. You know what I mean? Like, and you might reconcile with them very soon, or like this person may be coming into your life very soon. But I feel like a lot of you have been like hurt before in the past with this like Four of Cups energy. Like you're kind of like, this person's staring wistfully, so it's kind of like, oh, it's kind of like you've been hurt a lot by your previous relationships. You might have even been hurt by this ex emotionally, so I feel like a lot of you are just drained and like really like not really like looking forward, or like not really like, you're not really focusing on love right now because of all that emotional hurt. Like you might, like with this Eight of Swords energy as well, like I feel like a lot of you are just like emotionally drained and tied down by the like toxic relationships of your like past, like your love life relationships that have been toxic in the past. So I feel like a lot of you are just like not really making the effort, but if you kind of put in the effort to kind of like maybe be the person to start reconciling with your ex, or maybe just like if you notice someone that you're attracted to, you might just like put yourself out there and you'll be able to manifest this really great love of your soulmate. I also feel like with this Magician that like this like, what is your soulmate, they've probably also been hurt in the past too, with this Eight of Swords energy and Four of Cups. But I feel like they're also very powerful manifestors with this like Magician card. Like they're able to, like, once they have their mind set on something, they're like, yes, I will do it, and things come to them very easily. So I see that a lot. Let's see. Two of Wands in reverse. I don't know, I feel like with this Two of Wands in reverse, there's like some stagnancy, or like, what I was saying, like I think they might have just gotten through a bad breakup or something. So I feel like they might be a little bit slow to start with, or like your ex, like maybe someone that you're trying to reconcile with, it's like they're kind of just like, I think that they want to take it slow, but like just because they want to take it slow doesn't mean that it's like not a, it's like a good relationship. it doesn't mean it like that. Like, actually, I feel like sometimes it might be better because like, you guys definitely have chemistry with them, like, really strong chemistry with them, you know? Yeah, I might see, like, your soulmate, like, you'll probably have kids with them with this kids card, and, like, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of passion with this person, like, either with your ex, so, like, I don't know. I feel like maybe, like, with this Two of Wands, like, this, in reverse, I feel like the soulmate also knows that you're the one for them, like, kind of immediately, but they want to also take things slow with this Two of Wands. That's, like, what I'm sensing. Like, Two of Wands upright usually means, like, making a decision. They're, like, waiting to make a decision, but, like, with your soulmate in reverse, like, with this in reverse, like your soulmate knows that you are the one, even though it might take a lot longer, or things will be slower than you initially think. So I feel like don't be discouraged by that, but just, like, continue to make the effort and just continue to go at this progressing pace, and I feel like things will be really great. Because I feel like maybe sometimes if something starts out as too passionate, it, like, fizzles out too quickly, you know? Yeah. But I also feel like they're also very open-minded with the Seven of Wands in reverse. Like, they're like very open. They're, like, not super defensive. So I feel like that's one of the things that you'll like about them. That I feel like a lot of your previous relationships, a lot of them were, like, slow to open up, kind of slow to, like, be, like, it's like they're, like, kind of, like, hiding something or being, like, very defensive. But I feel like like, you might also be that way with your previous relationships, but, like, with this soulmate, I definitely see, like, you're just open and honest with them. Like, it feels so easy to open up with them, and you don't know really why. But I feel like a lot of you have been hurt by the past, or they've been hurt by the past, and they may have also, like, I feel like kind of, like, mirroring each other. Like, guys have very similar qualities. So, like, is that, like, twin flames, I think? Yeah. So it might be a twin flame, you know? So that's what I'm seeing so far. And then, let's see. So, now we're gonna do, like, some, other qualities that they might have, like, more specific. This piece of paper. We're gonna have, okay. So they might be really close with their family, romantic, kind of leans onto planner. So yeah, with that, like, magician card, like, I see that planner, but I also see, like, romantic. Yeah, it could be very romantic. Loving through gifts. Okay, so, like, it's like, you know, love languages. So, like, they kind of like giving you gifts as a sign of their affection. Oh, they might be introverted, which is, like, what I might kind of see with, like, so yeah, I feel like both of you are introverted, so, like, a lot of you are, like, I feel like you're well suited to each other and, like, similar to each other, but not too similar. Accepting and close with family. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And also, I think, yeah, accepting and close with their family. So that's, like, really great. Yeah, like I said with the, Seven of Wands in reverse, like, this card, like I said before, like, they're very open, honest, open-minded, so, like, not really judgmental and accepting of everything that you've been through. So that is really cool. So now I'm gonna read from this book, like I did from my other reading, The Astrology of You and Me. It's by Gary Goldschneider, so we're gonna, like, see which signs your potential soulmate might be, and then I'm gonna read a little bit about them. Okay, so let's... And then I'll do that last card again. I'll do that last key again. Whoops, just keep bouncing off. Okay, so we have Pisces, Gemini. This one didn't really touch anything. And Leo. Is that a Leo? Yeah. So we have Leo, Gemini, and Pisces. This one didn't really touch anything, so I'll just leave it like that. Okay, so let's look at Leo. So Leo... Okay. What are they as a romantic partner? So Leos are involved, committed, enthusiastic, and in general supportive of your relationship with them. To a point. They can be counted on not only on weekends, but occasionally during the week as well, as long as you do not interfere with their ambitious career plans. So yeah, what I said, I feel like they're very, like, goal-oriented, career-oriented with that Magician card, and they're able to, like, manifest all their goals that they want to do. Remember that although Leos may hate to lose you, they are always confident in their abilities to find a replacement. Yeah, so I feel like they've been hurt a lot in the past. So, like, once you, like, do something to them that's just, like, reminds them of those toxic past relationships, they may not, you know, reciprocate those feelings back. So I feel like making the effort could also refer to that fact that, like making the effort to understand each other, understand dislikes, likes, and then compromising as well is, like, really important. So, okay. Leo romantic partners do not mind having discussion on topics they approve of at the time and in the place of their choice. Not overly chatty, Leos prefer devoting the full force of their energies to having fun and expressing their romantic feelings. Yeah, so I feel like with that love language, expressing through gifts, I feel like refers to that. Oh, usually in constant rapid motion, it is difficult to pin them down long enough to discuss that important matter. Tending to be evasive, they will strongly avoid subjects they do not wish to discuss through a variety of means, from changing the subject to outright refusal to speak. Oh, okay, so Leos will argue, but they prefer not to. Should you insist on arguing, you'll probably get more than you bargained for from these fiery individuals. Yeah, okay, so they are a fiery sign. Leos will only truly enjoy traveling with you if they can be proud of you, not only of your appearance, but also your kindness, attention, and generosity. This is one area that can be highly gratifying if you're up to it. Leos tend to be sexually oriented, so they will generally expect frequent sex of a high quality, which takes into account their special needs and wants. Leos are generally passionate rather than sensuous types, preferring outright sexual expressions to affectionate ones. So they like to maintain a cool persona in public, so they will avoid hugs, snuggles, fond looks, and other overtly affectionate gestures. Okay, yeah, so like I said with that love language, they may like to give you gifts instead of being overly affectionate. Although Leo romantic partners like to have fun, they are not usually endowed with a particularly good sense of humor. Too often they take certain subjects too seriously. So, So that's what I'm getting for their romantic partner. As spouses, they're loyal and will remain so for years. And they really like the honeymoon as well. Yeah, most Leos do not consider a home complete without children. Those who decide they do not want kids will often have a couple of nieces or nephews or even pets. So like I said with this make the effort card, like kids will be probably very important. And they also love to spend money as well. So, but they're also really attentive and hardworking, you know? And they're like risk takers, the excitement or danger of hidden love affair. So that's for Leo. And then we have Gemini. I'm sensing a lot of like fun energy with the Leo and Geminis. So, Gemini romantic partner. Having Gemini romantic partners will certainly bring spice into your life, as well as a good dose of uncertainty. Changing moods guarantee few dull moments, but can put a crimp in your plans or undermine the structure of your relationship. So yeah, so they're really exciting, yeah. Geminis are not averse to talking, but they may not always take what you are saying very seriously. Although they may acknowledge it with a nod of the head or an aha, there is no real indication that they were listening. Okay. Geminis like to travel light and move fast. Okay. Geminis like variety. Quality is generally more important than quantity, so they expect you to be your best for them. Yeah, so I feel like since they've been hurt, I feel like it's like both of you, I feel like it's like a 50-50 relationship, you know, with this, with your soulmate. Like, I feel like maybe in the past, the reason why it didn't work out, if this is an ex, is like maybe you did something bad to hurt them, or you made a bad decision, or I feel like they thought that they didn't take you, that you took them for granted, like their love, so I feel like they might have just ended it. I feel like they might have ended it more than you did with this Leo and Gemini. So I feel like making the effort, like if you're getting back with an ex, like try to resolve the problems that like made the first relationship bad, which is what I'm sensing with like maybe like I feel like maybe communication was an issue, so maybe working on communicating and understanding each other's communication styles. But I feel like communication is really important for this like soulmate relationship, you know. But you guys have like a lot of fun together. But I feel like just like communicating. Like, Geminis are also not overly affectionate or cuddly. They will often express affection in a particularly emotional, even offhand ways, so you have to be very quick to catch it. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, like, kind of like, they might, like, give you gifts and be like, this is how I show my feelings for you, and you might be more of the affectionate person. And I think that might have also been a strain in your relationship, because you're like, why can't I be overly affectionate? You know, that might have come with both the Leo and Gemini. Like, it's like, okay. So I feel like maybe, like, talking things out with them in this communication style will, like, work well, you know? Like, just talk about how, like, maybe, like, you understand that they can't show affection all the time, but, like, maybe do it for, like, certain occasions, or just, like, having this talk of, like, compromise, because a lot of relationships involve compromises, and I feel like that has something to be resolved before this can be your soulmate. So, like, if it was an ex, or just if you're, like, meeting this person, you guys have a really great chemistry, but, like, just, like, these, like, little things I feel like can be solved, you know? But, like, Gemini romantic partners love to laugh. So, like, they could love humor, but not, like, sarcastic humor. So, like, Gemini spouse are independent, freedom, loving, exciting. They love to be free. So I feel like with that Magician card, manifestation, like, I feel like they like a lot of independence in the relationship. So I feel like giving them space to do the things that they want to do without you being there is really important. But, like, also, like, don't give them too much space, because obviously this is a partnership, soulmate, marriage, or whatever. And so, like, you guys can spend a lot of time together, but, like, make sure to not suffocate them and be like, I don't, like, like, just like they're not allowed to do things on their own without you. So I feel like that might have also been a cause of tension as well if was an ex, you know? But they're highly social, but I feel like they like to be independent and alone. So I feel like they're introverted with what I pulled for the keys, but like they are able to like be social and be around people and be charming. They might not like to do household tasks, but like I think like if you like keep them on track, they will follow through, you know? Yeah, so I also see a lot of Gemini spouses are also good parents, dedicated, involved, and fun to grow up with. So they like having children as well, you know? So yeah, so that's also Gemini. And lastly, we have Pisces. So we have Pisces is passionate, seductive, and romantic. Yeah, so I feel like they're romantic but not affectionate with what I pulled for these. Yeah, I said they were romantic but not affectionate. You know? Pisces romantic partners give their all in any full-blown relationship. So yeah, I feel like they expect you to make an effort because they make a lot of effort. Even the most ordinary or prosaic parents are giving new life and suffused with the profound emotions of such a partner. Those involved with them will attest to their demanding, possessive, seductive, and passionate natures. So yeah, Pisces romantic partners are not at all reticent about airing grievances. Thus, discussion with them are likely to consist most of their telling you what you are doing wrong. Warned complainers, Pisces feel they have a good reason to voice their dissatisfactions fully and without reserve. It is their way of processing what they feel has happened to them. Yeah. Only to listen and required. So I feel like that might, like, discussing, like, communication is really important, and I feel like maybe one of you aired out everything. Like, it wasn't really an equal communication style. So I feel like with the ex thing, I feel like that's something you have to watch out for again. And just also, like, if this is not an ex, like, just, like, make sure that you guys have that 50-50, like, communication style. Instead of just one person just talking about everything and airing out all their grievances, but not really saying anything about, not saying anything, like, while the other partner is not saying anything, or just, like, quiet. So, Pisces enjoy occasional trips as well as long extended ones. They have a knack for quick adaptation and are usually at home whenever they are, preferring a quick change of scene to a boring, permanent location. Yeah. Sex with a Pisces is usually never ending and frequent. When Pisces is sexually attracted to a person, they may remain in a high state of arousal for weeks, months, even years. They can be accused of being easily excited and turned on. In fact, they will give themselves fully on a deep emotional level to only a few romantic partners. Pisces can be extremely affectionate. They are happiest when sex, romance, and affection blend naturally into a pleasing medium they can swim around in all day and all night. So they could be affectionate, but, like, I'm sensing they're probably not. Okay, so they might come off as seemingly serious, but they do like to joke, laugh, banter, and indulge. So I feel like a lot, like, with the Gemini, Leo, astrological signs, it's, like, shown here is, like, they probably are, like, this serious person around other people, but, like, when you two are alone, they'll probably be more relaxed and humorous and everything, so maybe some people might not see at first what makes you a great pairing, but, like, I feel like since they might have a serious demeanor, but, like, they might be more open to humor, comical stuff, like, when you're by yourselves. So yeah. So that's what I'm seeing for pile 1. If you like that content, please consider subscribing. Thanks. So these are the cards for pile number 2. Okay. So we have the Page of Swords. We have the Devil. We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Temperance. The Lovers in reverse. And we have Calling in Your Soulmate. Love yourself first. Flirt. And then lastly we have romantic feelings. Sorry for the interruption. Just have no sense of privacy with my family. So one of the not so perks of being a college student living at home. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords, the Devil, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, love yourself first, flirt, calling in your soulmate, romantic feelings, the Lovers in reverse, temperance. I feel like a lot of you have been waiting a long time for your soulmate. With this, like, temperance card, calling in your soulmate, love yourself first, I feel like a lot of you might have, like, some self-esteem issues with this love yourself first card and this lovers in reverse card. Like, a lot of you, I just feel like, are, like, basically you're just kind of, like, saying, like, oh, I really don't think love is for me, that type of thing. Like, you've been waiting for so long, you're just like, whatever. Or, like, you also feel like, a lot of times, like, you feel like, oh, I'm not pretty enough, not attractive enough, I don't have attractive qualities with this lovers in reverse card. So that, like, I feel like because you say those things about yourself, it's the reason why you haven't been calling in your soulmate. So I feel like a lot of you have to love yourself first before you can, like, actually call in that soulmate. But I feel like your soulmate is out there for you, you know? And I feel like they might also be going through some things as well. I feel like maybe your soulmate has been waiting for a long time for that right person, but like, no one has, you know, even remotely given them that feeling like, oh, this could be my soulmate, this could be the one, you know? So either you have these feelings or they as well, or you might both. But I feel like they might have been battling an addiction with this love yourself first card, or I feel like they're going through depression and they're trying to, like, get themselves out of that situation with this love yourself first card. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, with this Nine of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like they might be going through an addiction with this, like, dependence card, you know? So, like, they might not necessarily be self-sufficient yet, you know? So I feel like maybe a lot of you for this pile, you might be, like, young, like my age, like college students or, like, younger or around this age. I feel like you're not entirely self-sufficient, but I feel like a lot of you are going to be finding someone, like, if you're a college student, you're probably going to find someone around your age. That's, like, what I'm sensing. I don't know why. But with this Nine of Pentacles, like, both of you are not self-sufficient yet, but you're trying to be there, you know? Which is what I feel like with this love yourself first might refer to, like, being able to gain some independence and stuff, or this might be they were battling an addiction or something, like some terrible accident that happened to them, and they're trying to be in the process of trying to work through that. That's what I'm saying. So I feel like for this pile, I feel like your soulmate might not be coming in for a while, or like this, it might be like a very slow developing relationship where you're like, just like both of you are trying to become more self-sufficient first before you or like both of you will grow together. That could also work. Or like maybe both of you have to like grow to become your more like self-sufficient, independent lifestyle before you meet each other. But when you do, there'll definitely be a lot of romantic feelings, like a lot of flirting. Like, I just feel like right now in this moment, like, you're basically trying to improve yourself in order to call in that soulmate, you know? Yeah, with this devil, like, also means addiction as well. Forgot about that. And then this Page of Swords. We have, like Page of Swords, it's, like, kind of, like, yeah, it's kind of like you're trying to explore yourself, trying to explore all the wonderful things that you have, or the qualities that you can offer to someone, you know? So I feel like for a lot of you, just like, a lot of you are trying to explore being by yourself right now, and they may also be very independent. I feel like they're battling an addiction, or they're battling something, you know, that they've been struggling through, self-esteem, depression, maybe drugs, alcohol, whatever it might be. Just like battling, like they're trying to recover from that and trying to explore all the wonderful things about themselves, because for the longest time they've just been like so tired. They've just been so batted down, or like, if the addiction part, I feel like addiction is really prominent in this one, but like, if you're not going through an addiction, or it might be you've been waiting, I feel like you're just like not optimistic about your love life as well, you know? With this Temperance card, you've been waiting for a long time, and no one has come, and no one has these romantic feelings for you, but I feel like the time will come that like, it'll be very flirtatious, very romantic, and like lots of sexual and emotional chemistry. You just have to wait a little bit longer, like develop like characteristics and qualities that you see yourself having, you know? So I feel like your soulmate is probably someone that like has been going through that type of thing, or you've been going through that type of thing, or you both can bond over that. That's what I'm sensing. But just like, I think like your soulmate has had an addiction or issue in the past, and they've left that behind. And I feel like at first, I feel like they might not open up to you about it, but when you get to know them and talk about it, I feel like they will open up to you like pretty quickly, but probably not on the first date, but like, and I feel like a lot of you can relate to those experiences, like you've also dealt with this, or just like you're empathetic to that, and I feel like that will start this romance. That's what I'm saying. So now we're gonna do these qualities. So we're gonna get more specific qualities of your soulmate. Okay, good job, good finances, close with their family, outgoing, makes you laugh all the time. Yeah, with this flirtatious, romantic feelings, making you laugh all the time, outgoing. I just feel like, yeah, with this, like, love yourself, I feel like you'll meet them at a time where you're like, wow, this is the perfect guy with a good job, good finances, close to their family, like, the perfect man, super outgoing. But I feel like something they've gone through in the past, like, you can't see it on the outside, you know? Then they'll open up to you and be like, yeah, I've gone through those addictions and stuff, and I feel like that makes them more attractive to you, because you know that even though they look perfect on the outside and everyone thinks that they're perfect, like, it makes you feel like, oh wow, like, this person wasn't perfect before, but they've learned and grown so much from it that, like, it makes them more attractive to you, you know? So I feel like this person that you might meet will probably be, like, super, like, it's, like, unexpected, you know? Like, what they've gone through. Like, they might be so different than what your initial thoughts or your, like, from their outside appearance, but when they open up to you, it'll be, like, great, you know? So, yeah, I feel like they also have lots of friends and family, like, they're just really good with finances, good job, so I feel like they're just really all around great person, successful, but they've had something in the past that's, like, just been, you know, that's kind of been, like, they've worked a lot to get through that past addiction, you know? Okay, now we're gonna see what signs we have, and then I'm gonna read from this book called Astrology of You and Me, by Gary Goldschneider. Yeah, I really like this book, so I think I linked it in my last video, but I'll link it again, like, where to get this book, because I really like this book. So, let's see the astrological signs. Let's see these two. I feel like they hit. Yeah, I feel like they keep hitting Pisces here. Yeah, I feel like that was at Capricorn. So we have Pisces, Cancer, Virgo, and Capricorn. Okay, so let's go to... Let's read Pisces, because that's the last one in the cycle. So, Pisces. Pisces romantic partners give their all in any full-blown relationship. Yep. Even the most ordinary or prosaic pairings are given... Even the most ordinary or prosaic pairings are given new life and suffused with their profound emotions of such a partner. Those involved with them will attest to their demanding, possessive, seductive, controlling, and passionate natures. Even the most fickle or independent romantic partner will find it difficult or impossible to carry on other relationships at the same time. So, yeah. So they're passionate, seductive, and romantic. Yeah, like, they definitely are romantic and seductive. I can sense that. Pisces romantic partners are not at all reticent about airing grievances. So they might honestly be very honest about their feelings and about what's going on. And so, like, what's, like, not going right in the relationship. So I feel like maybe some listening is their way of processing what they feel has happened to them. There's no need for you to talk in such discussions. So I feel like that might be one area of tension where, like, you feel like they're always airing grievances and you're not allowed to share your opinions. But I feel like with a communication style, I feel like communication, like, as long as you understand each other's communication styles, or just how to communicate with each other about your feelings and their feelings and how to resolve them, I feel like maybe that's how you resolve them, you know? But they also like traveling, but they also like to stay at home as well. They like small trips, or they like romantic locations. Yeah, so I'm sensing definitely romantic. And sex with a Pisces is usually never ending and frequent. When Pisces is sexually attracted to a person, they may remain in a high state of arousal for weeks, months, even years. But although they can be accused of being easily excited and turned on, in fact, they will give themselves fully on a deep emotional level to only a few romantic partners. So Pisces can be extremely affectionate, yes. In fact, Pisces has a knack for getting involved with others who find it difficult or impossible to share such feelings, and they are then put in the position of becoming their mentors in such matters. Yeah, so they love sharing their feelings. Despite their seemingly serious demeanor, Pisces like nothing more than to joke, laugh, banter, and indulge in witty repartee with their romantic partners. Okay, yeah, so with the flirtatious thing, so I feel like they might come off as serious because they have a good job, like everything they have, but they really just like to have fun. A Pisces spouse is family-oriented and enjoys time spent at home, dedicated to raising a family, but a marriage without children makes little sense to them. So you probably are going to have kids with them. That's a Pisces. And, oh, yeah. Pisces spouses are not always easy to live with on a day-to-day basis. Their biggest problem is usually depression, frequently brought on not by the marriage but by the low self-esteem that makes them feel less than useful and often inhibits their professional aspirations. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, like, I feel like that addiction, like what I was saying before, could be depression as well. So, like, yeah. So that's Pisces, and now let's read Cancer. Oh, actually I flipped to Virgo, so let's do Virgo. Virgo is, okay, the fringe benefits of Virgo romantic partners become apparent when scheduling travel, making arrangements and reservations, and planning for the future. Virgos will leave little room for error in their shrewd calculations and need to put such matters in order. Sometimes you'll wish they did not need to pin down everything so precisely and left a bit of wiggle room for last-minute changes, but for the most part, they will spare you a lot of time and trouble. Virgos serve their relationship rather than their partners and strive to preserve its integrity as well as its limits. Yeah, so they might be nurturing, protective, which is good. Virgos will hold you to promises you have made and pressure you to keep to your original plans. So, yeah. I feel like that might be a consequence of them having a good job. Like, they're very prepared, organized, Yeah. The pleasure to sit in a car, airplane, or train and know that everything from tickets to refreshments has already been taken care of by your Virgo romantic partner. So they love to be prepared. Although interesting conversation is appreciated, idle chatter can wear Virgos down and make them very nervous and grumpy. Keep them in a good mood with witty wordplay, solving puzzles, and playing games. So that might be the flirtatious part. Not just emotional conversations, but like having like fun, like doing fun activities together. Even the strictest of Virgos, and often precisely the most uptight ones, tend to be let it all hang out in private. Even venturing into kicky and strange sexual realms, they can be surprisingly aggressive and responsive when they get you alone, most often on their home turf. Whereas Virgos dislike open displays of affection in public, more passionate than sensuous, Virgos are generally not fond of touching or being embraced on a regular basis, and may also shrink from your attention to kiss them even on the cheek. Oh, But most Virgos will brighten at a smile or kind word addressed to them when they are in the mood for it. Things will go your best with your Virgo when you can read that flashing red warning flashlight that says, keep away or don't touch me. But they do, okay, so, but Virgos, some people insist that Virgos have no sense of humor, label them highly critical, picky, sensitive, and condemning. But will know how to make their Virgo romantic partners laugh. So I feel like a lot of you will be able to make them laugh. Like, I feel like you guys might be one of the few people that are able to make your soulmate laugh, have fun, not be super serious, is what I'm saying. So, like, a lot of people might see you as a mismatch at first because he's serious and not really funny around most other people and his friends, but, like, upset, like, his, like, very close friends, but, like, you're able to make him laugh all the time. So I feel like that's why you guys are a good fit, like, soulmate-wise, you know? Okay, Virgo spouse, reliable, hardworking, and domestic. So yeah, I feel like they're very good with their, like, home, like, very good at domestic work and, like, keeping things clean, you know, but they can be very demanding at times. And they're really good at, like, being good with money. So, like I said, good with finances. Virgo spouses can be very good at cutting corners, finding bargains, squirreling away surprisingly large savings, and doing without. And stingy with cash. And so, yeah. So I feel like they're also really like to take care of kids as well. So I feel like they might also like kids. So, yeah. That's for Virgo, and then we'll have Capricorn and Cancer. Capricorn, okay. Capricorns are likely to treat sex in a very matter-of-fact but also highly natural manner. Typical Capricorn attitude is, I got into bed quickly with the other person to get that out of the way, then we could get to know each other better. Although Capricorns are physical beings, going beyond sex is important to them, and they usually prefer to develop a serious and deep relationship rather than a brief, superficial one. And they are quite capable of holding back until the right person comes along. Yes, with that Temperance card and the Flirtatious card, I see that it might be a very physical relationship at first, but they really want to get to know you on a deep level, you know? Capricorns are not at all adverse to discussions. They will gladly give it the time and effort to work out problems. Yeah. So I feel like for this Capricorn energy, I feel like it might be one source of tension, like the communication and discussion styles, but, like, I feel like you'll be able to work it out and discuss with each other. Oh, Capricorns are also extremely stubborn and will not back down in an argument. So, yeah. Might have to deal with a few stubbornness as well. So, they also don't really like traveling, and they would prefer to stay at home unless there is, like, a real reason for them to travel. Capricorns like frequent sex as long as it is with someone they care for and see future possibilities with. So it may seem like it's just all physical, like they really do care about you. And because they want to get physical with you because they really do care about you. And Capricorns have a lot to contribute in sensual realms as well as sexual ones, and thus giving and receiving affection are an important part of the romantic equation for them. Yeah, so I feel like they're also affectionate. But, like, also, like, with this humor with Capricorns, it's like they have Capricorns are often accused of having absolutely no sense of humor. This is not true, but again, their idea of what is funny and showing their appreciation of your humor are not always easily understood. So they usually smile, or they have a sparkle in their eye and a low chuckle. When they tell a story and make a witty point, they expect to see a gleam of comprehension in your face, but not to hear a side-splitting guffaw or hysterical giggle. So it's like a more subtle humor. Yeah, a subtle humor. Which, like, I feel like they're able to be humorous around you. You know what I mean? But, like you're one of the very few people that understands their humor or just, like, is able to make them kind of, like, laugh or smile a little bit, you know? Capricorn spouse is ambitious, involved, dependable. So, yeah, I can sense that. They're probably, like, the dominant partner as well. And they need to control everyone around them and their attitudes, and this is especially evident in their attitudes towards their partners. And they are very present in domestic matters as well. And they're very faithful, and they will definitely want children. So I feel like this group is also going to have children, but probably like 1 or 2 children, not like too many. Okay, so that's all for Capricorn, and the last thing is Cancer. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. Where is Cancer, Cancer? Oh, it's after Gemini. Okay. Okay, Cancers enjoy being in a steady relationship, very much creatures of habit. They get used to having their partners at their beck and call, and they will count on them for everything from financial help to sex. Okay, they are highly self-protective, but are also no strangers to pain. Yeah, that refers to, yeah. Cancers do not mind talking about their feelings, but they are better expressing them than analyzing them. Okay. Since emotional problems inevitably arise with Cancer romantic partner, and it's usually best to get them out in the open, although often they will hide emotional problems and hide them inside. It will be up to you to find the right time and place for meaningful discussions, since Cancer partner will not take the lead in this matter. Yeah. Some traveling with Cancers can be enjoyable, but not too much. So what I'm sensing a lot is, like, they do like to travel, but not, like, a lot. They like to be at home. And they're affectionate, kind, and giving as well. So they'd rather have affection than sex. So I feel like the flirtatious part and romantic feelings are, like, they're very romantic. You know? Cancers can enjoy laughter, but it does not always signal that they are having fun. One type of humor they really enjoy is sharing private one-liners, gags, making faces, and other responses shared only by the two of you. So, like, private jokes. Yeah, what I was saying before. Cancer spouse, planning efficient domestic. So I feel like they're very, like, good in the domestic affairs. So I feel like that won't be an issue for this pile. Just, like, it might be more of, like, how to discuss more of the romantic side of your feelings. Even though you're very romantic with each other and affectionate, like, some of the more deep, significant feelings or, like, maybe, like, complaints, it might be harder for you guys to discuss better. So just watch out for that. Yeah. And, yeah, and kids as well. But, like, often, like, 1 or 2 kids. Like, not so many kids, you know? So, yeah, that's all I have for pile number 2. And if you like this content, please consider subscribing. Thanks. So, this is the cards for pile number 3. So, we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. The 9 of Wands upright. The 3 of Swords in reverse. The King of Pentacles. Okay. We have let go of control issues. It is safe for you to love. Let your friends help you. And honeymoon. Okay. Okay, what I'm sensing right away is kind of like they are like, I feel like they might be like older than you, or like I feel like they're a lot older than you. Like for the previous group, it was like around the same age, like pile number 2. But like I feel like they're a lot older, or you're older. You might be each like older, like 30s, 40s is what I'm sensing, or they're older than you by a lot. And I feel like a lot of you have had like a previous marriage with this Ten of Cups in reverse and the Three of Swords in reverse. Like a lot of you have had a previous marriage, super long-term relationship, and like it like ended, and you're like not feeling very, like, it's just like you guys did the whole marriage thing, and you guys are going, or either they have been married and they just got divorced, so they've had their heart broken a lot, and I feel like they're recovering from that with this Three of Swords in reverse, you know? That's what I'm sensing right away. And I feel like maybe one reason part of their breakup was is that they spent so much time on their career with this King of Pentacles energy. But like I feel like they're starting to realize that yes, they're like career oriented, but like I feel like they're career oriented, or they were super controlling in their previous relationship, but this let go of control issues. Like they like to be in control and like to have everything planned out with this King of Pentacles energy, you know? Like, yeah, with this, like, these two go together, for sure. And they're, like, very, like, wise, and they're, like, very good with money and finances, which is a good thing. But they've been hurt before. Like, they've had a marriage, or else a long-term relationship, and it did not work out, and it caused them a lot of heartbreak. But I feel like they're healing from that, you know? Like, it is safe for you to love, so I feel like they're healing from that, or you might have gone through this as well. But I feel like with this, like, Nine of Wands, it's like, they're still kind of like, even though they're healing from that, I feel like they have not completely healed yet. And I feel like the universe is trying to tell them, like, hey, you know, like, you still have these boundaries up, and I still think that you should let go of them. Like, let go of control. Like, let go. It is safe for you to love. Like, let go of the, like, past relationship of this Three of Swords in reverse and Ten of Cups in reverse. You know? Like, let go of that. And I feel like because they haven't fully let go of this previous relationship, they've been so focused on career and making money and finances, which is great. So they'll be like super successful is what I'm saying. But they've had a lot of life experience and a lot of hurtful romantic feelings that's happened to them before. Yeah, so I feel like you'll meet this one from mutual friends, like let your friends help you. And I feel like they have learned from this previous relationship of not to be so controlling and not to be so like fixed and planned. So it might be like when you guys meet, it's just like you guys are just like meant to be together, and it just works out perfectly with this honeymoon. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for pile number 3. Now we're gonna get more specific qualities that they might have. So let's see. Keep dropping. Okay. Okay, so they might be a cat lover. Hahaha. Opposite of you, and it's pointing toward romantic as well. Practical, likes to try new things, makes you feel special. Okay, yeah, that's what I was saying before with the practical King of Pentacles thing. But yeah, I feel like with this honeymoon, they're like romantic opposite of you. Yeah, I feel like they might be someone that you're initially just like not really attracted to, but you find out that like they're different. Or you are just like, they're like, I just somehow that you guys complement each other really well, even though you guys are very different. But it's romantical, but they also practical. Like that's a good balance of practical, but like to try new things. I think like in their previous relationship that ended with that divorce card kind of thing, where like it, like I think they were too practical and they didn't really want to try new things, or they weren't as romantic, you know. So I feel like they've learned from that experience to be a little bit more romantic and be like open to trying new things. They also make you feel special, so that's cool. And also a cat lover, but could be thin and slim as well. So yeah. So let's get the astrological signs here. Let's see. Okay, I'm getting Capricorn and Cancer. And Aries, and what is this? Aquarius. Okay, so I'm getting Cancer, Capricorn, Aries. Okay, let's read Aries because that's first. So Aries romantic partners can be counted on for their honesty and desire to maintain a close involvement. However, their dynamism is so great that you may not be able to meet their constant demands on your energies. They are extremely independent and most likely will encourage you to be also, but they will want to have daily contact with you. So they like to be very independent. And often having a discussion with Ari's partner will mean quietly listening to what they have to say. But they're interested not in discussions but actions. So, yeah. But they also enjoy jokes, stories, and wordplay. Yeah, so I feel like they're more action-oriented with that King of Pentacles energy than speaking per se. So, yeah. That traveling with Ari's partners can be truly exciting. So, because they have a lot of energy, I feel like they do like to travel a lot. And Aries are not much for delayed gratification. They usually push for what they want immediately. And when they don't get it, they become very unhappy, quiet, and often depressed. So yeah, I feel like they're very goal-oriented, action-oriented. Like with this King of Pentacles energy, they're just like, what I want, I will get it, you know? So, yeah. Most Aries do not seem like cuddly types. Certainly you should not expect affection in social situations, yet in private they can be extremely affectionate. Yeah, I feel like maybe in that past relationship, divorce marriage they had, like, maybe some of them, maybe they weren't affectionate enough in private, but they've learned that, yes, you could be less affectionate in your social situations, but then also have that balance of, like, in private they can be very affectionate, you know? And they love to have silly and be fun. But often has difficulty doing so because of their serious and self-conscious demeanor. When they truly let their hair down, they enjoy playing word and board games, telling jokes, and playing like the true children they are. So yeah. They're honest, hardworking, responsible. Yes. Aries will put out 100% for the wedding in terms of enthusiasm and cooperation. Cool. Okay, but they're not, they don't really do as many domestic matters, so that might be a little point of contention. You know? But they will do it if there's, like, praise and reward as well. but I feel like a lot of you are probably not going to have kids. Aries can make excellent parents, but do not particularly like to do the dirty work. So I feel like maybe not kids with you, with this partnership. I don't know if that resonates or not, but yeah. Let's talk about, Cancer, because that's next. So we have, Cancers enjoy being in a steady relationship, creatures of habit. They get used to having their partners at their beck and call. Okay. They are highly self-protective, but also no strangers to pain. Cancers do not mind talking about their feelings, but they are better at expressing them than analyzing them. Since emotional problems inevitably arise with Cancer romantic partners, it is usually best to get them out in the open, although often they will hide emotional problems, hold them inside. It will be up to you to find the right time and place for meaningful discussions. It will be difficult, but try to keep things objective or they may rage out of control. So, some traveling with Cancers can be enjoyable, but they like to be at home. And sex can be enjoyable with a Cancer romantic partner. Generally speaking, affection comes easier to Cancers than sex, so yeah. They can have a very soothing effect on the relationship, constantly seeking to avert crises. The quality of wanting to ignore problems and avoid trouble can sometimes lead them to be almost fearfully affectionate and attentive. Cancers can enjoy laughter. One type of humor they really enjoy sharing private one-liners, gags, making faces, and other responses, shared only by the two of you. So yeah, I feel like it's more of like a private humor than in social situations. Cancer spouse is planning efficient domestic. So I feel like they can be very domestic, but they also, they like to feel at home. So I feel like a lot of them want a comfortable space at home. But they're able to handle finances on their own, and they are really good at domestic matters and finances. So I see that King of Pentacles energy. Yeah. With Cancers, it is not so much as a matter of control as their refusal, in some cases, inability to let go. So what I was saying, like, Cancers can be very, like, they're very, they're, like they said, like, it's very hard for them to let go. They like to plan everything. So that might be a weakness that they're trying to overcome, like what I said, And let's see. But I feel like maybe you could potentially have a kid, but like I'm not really sensing it. And so let's see about Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn and Aquarius are next week. So let's recap. Okay. Capricorns are likely to treat sex in a very matter-of-fact but also highly natural manner. Typical Capricorn attitude is I got into bed quickly with the other person to get that out of the way, then we could get to know each other better. Although Capricorns are physical beings, going beyond sex is important to them, and they usually prefer to develop a serious and deep relationship rather than a brief, superficial one. Yeah. Are quite capable of holding back until the right person comes along. So they have an innate efficiency and selectivity. Keeps them from wasting time and energies on losers. Okay, selective, efficient, deep. When in a relationship that is truly important to them, they will gladly give it the time and effort to work out problems. So yeah, I feel like that could be very promising. But they're also extremely stubborn and will not back down in an argument. Yeah, I just feel like they prefer often to stay home. Yeah. So I feel like a lot of them just like to stay home. Capricorns like frequent sex as long as it is with someone they care for and see future possibilities with. Accepting good sex and its deepening emotional benefits, Capricorns realize its importance in the development of a romantic relationship. Sex and love are the same thing for many Capricorns. And thus, giving and receiving affection are an important part of the romantic equation for them. However, their manner of expressing affection is not always easily understood. A fact that often causes others to characterize Capricorns as distant and cold when they are not expressing full-blown passion. So they might show affection in a different way, and I feel like maybe their previous relationship, they didn't really understand that, you know? But, they do like to tell stories and have jokes, but they often just do a little smile rather than a, like, full laugh, you know? So, more subtle humor. Ambitious, involved, and dependable. So yeah, I feel like they're very detail-oriented, and they like to have things figured out with that King of Pentacles energy, which I sense. And yeah. So I feel like they might have a combination of all this stuff in their charts, you know? And they're very pragmatic and responsible, so they have their finances well set. So yeah, I feel like children, I feel like I feel like a lot of you might not have children, or because you don't want to, or both of you don't want to, but if you do, I feel like it's just going to be one child, you know? Or adoption as well, you know? Okay, so lastly we have Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius romantic partner is faithful up to a point until something is more interesting. Thus, if you can manage to keep Aquarians' faces turned toward you, can satisfy their prodigious and often kinky needs, you stand a chance for longevity in the relationship. Invariably, you will have to be forgiving when they do inevitably stray and be able to laugh off some involvements as being trivial. Yeah, I feel like maybe they got bored in that last marriage, or long-term relationship that they ended it. But I feel like with that honeymoon card, I feel like guys are able to entertain them and be able to keep them interested for a long time. Yeah. Having a talk about certain subjects is possible, whereas other subjects are off limits. When it comes to Aquarians' behavior, it's best not to arouse their sharp opposition, which will lead to an inevitable clash of wills. Aquarians can accept any planned activities you throw at them. In the wrong one, nothing seems to be right. The best way to travel with them is to keep light on your feet and be ready to adjust to their ever-changing preferences and demands. Yeah, so I feel like they do like traveling, and yeah. Aquarians may love doing it with you. The best advice in the area is to have fun while you can and not pay too much attention to what they do in their time away from you. They feel free and not judged by you. They will definitely stick around longer. But when they feel the noose tighten around their necks or sense that tender trap of marriage is about to be sprung, they are likely to disappear with the speed of light. Yeah, oh yeah, that Ten of Cups, they might be afraid of commitment a little bit. But if you, like, give them enough independence, they might be willing to marry you, you know? Aquarians are more into super shows of affection than deep or emotional ones. Once you get into the rhythm of their cool and detached manner, you will understand the true significance of a passing smile or touch of the hand. A demonstration of affection is accompanied by a wry laugh, smile, even a mocking consolation. Humor is quickly expressed by Aquarians, but unfortunately may soon become the butt of their jokes. Aquarian spouses can be quite devoted to their families. They will commit fully and without reservation once they decide that marriage is the best course. Although Aquarians will spend lots of time away from home, in professional activities. They enjoy domestic interactions tremendously, particularly when celebrating during vacations and holidays. And they bring excitement and sparkle to even the most mundane day-to-day events. Yeah. I feel like it's going to be very, like, that outgoing energy. And they can be good parents, but I feel like they don't really want kids as well. So I feel like I'm sensing a lot of, no kids. So yeah. So that's all for pile 3. If you like this reading, please consider subscribing, and thank you for watching.